Alright, so this is a specialty kind of thing regarding construction. Since we are in an active space, and there's an active hospital on the other side. In fact, that is the PACU recovery bays from endoscopic surgery. And we are currently doing their, this is their employee lockers and showers. And on the far side there, actually let's go check that out real quick. On the far side there, beyond our temporary wall, is a sterile corridor. So that was a pain in the ass to do, let me tell you that. But what we have is called ICRA. That would be abbreviated ICRA. I have not yet looked up what it actually stands for. I think it's infection control something. So we have it sealed with corrugated plastic and duct tape all the way up above the ceiling space here. And it is taped, double stick tape to the floor. And then we have blue tape down so it doesn't adhere to the tiles and get all nasty and messed up. So we got blue tape and then white duct tape because it has a clean appearance, and the white tape actually sticks better to the track or whatever. And this is corrugated, 1/8" corrugated plastic. That's all they required for here. And you can see that went all the way up. This has been modified a couple of times as we went. But you can see here we got this track, stud. We got this metal stud screwed to the very top edge of the ceiling grid main, and then up, and all our joints are taped. This helps us keep negative air pressure in the space. Here we are, negative 0.046 from that side. And then through this door, this is the non-sterile side. We have the nurse station and pre-operation patient. So there you can see again, we have our ICRA up above ceiling sealed off to help keep our negative pressure. I have to frame in a door right about pretty much where the ceiling grid is. I got a wall that frames in, and basically this door gets moved here, but it's going to be rather than a bi-directional swing, it'll be a single direction double swing. But other than that, same size, same door closer essentially. And then we have our 2-hour envelope comes through. That was our pre-op phase 2 section. But our 2-hour wall comes through here, comes this way, about right here, turns, goes behind this wall. So this wall is not rated, but the wall beyond is. And it goes, turns, and goes down that way. 2-hour rated fire envelope, which is pretty typical for buildings, especially hospitals and schools and large office buildings. You're going to have 2-hour envelopes. But back to this, we have an anteroom, which is kind of your clean off and whatnot. So we have, run out of water on the wet mat. We got a wet mat, your dry mat for your feet, and then we've got the booties, which of course people go through those like coffee paper because they just don't care. But I've been reusing these for quite a bit. Make sure your feet are nice and clean. Step on the sticky mats beforehand. Make sure that they're clean, and then you put the booties on, step on the sticky mat, and you'll leave no footprints or anything out there. And then if you're dusty and they have a vacuum right there, you can vacuum your clothes off or whatever. Got some poly and tape to cover any trash buggies or material that you're taking out of the space, so that you don't have uncovered dusty material going through the hospital. Well, and then every screw head is taped over. That's a little excessive, I think, but still. And then this one, we just built it short. Normally we would build it up to ceiling height if it was more temporary, but because this whole ceiling got ripped out and a whole new one goes in. And as a matter of fact, this whole wall right here up to this column gets ripped out because this is actually a new corridor. So you can see outside of here, yeah, that ceiling got pretty trashed. But this is our new corridor. That was the old corridor, and that got demoed out, and now this is our new corridor. So that door right there, that all gets demoed beyond. That was the line of the old corridor. Or no, it wasn't. It was further over, my bad. It was just a little further over than where this wall is, pretty much. But part of this wall was just about in line. This is existing corridor wall, but this was on the pre-op phase 2. So that gets demoed out there, and then this becomes an alcove, and then this will be a continuation of that corridor, which we had to do something pretty funky for this, because we pretty much got screwed in access for this smoke wall here otherwise. So, but yeah, so we just framed a faux ceiling, and yeah, the duct guys are kind of botchy about that, but this doesn't need to be under negative pressure. This doesn't get pressurized or negative pressurized, but it just needs to be sealed off to maintain negative pressure, which we have a reader right here. So you got your outside pressure, and then this tube goes in here to read your inside. And we have a vacuum gauge right there that reads, that's powered, reads our negative pressure, so they can monitor it twice a day. Make sure that we're maintaining at least 0.02 on the vacuum scale. I think it's 0.02. Yeah. But then you have your rules for the anti-room. But that's something you have to do on hospital jobs, and all depending. They may have a lot of active office, like office towers, they'll have negative air, but you probably won't have an anti-room, but you'll at least have negative air possibly being ran, or at the very least air scrubbers, which ours are at the very back of this unit space. But that's just stuff that you have to do with renovation or active occupied space build out on floors or areas other than what's already obviously finished. So that's just something on the commercial side typically that you sometimes have to deal with. So there's one of our ICRA walls, but we have a permanent wall behind that, so just at some point that will get removed and we'll put polyplastic, and the finisher is gonna tape and float that, and that'll be the new finished wall beyond there. That used to be old corridor. And that door just gets stuck sometimes. A lot of these doors are pretty junk. Oh, somebody tripped a fire alarm? Why is that closed? It should be held open. That elevator is down. Has been down for a while. Got a bunch of rainwater in, things like that. Irresponsible people. But here, this is, we just did a.
You know why that's closed?
That one is too. I don't know if fire alarm got tripped or if they're testing something, but yeah, they're supposed to be held open via mag lock, so, but I don't see any reason they're closed otherwise. So here's our ICRA to our new elevators that are going behind there. So obviously we have temp door. This one's not under negative air, but we do have air scrubbers in there. We put this one up last Saturday. This took 9 hours for our guys. Put all this up, sheetrock, and then we just screwed the FRP so it's easy to remove. They said we could screw it with white head screws. So we painted drywall screws white to do this. This was kind of a pain, being 11 foot and some inches. But you can see again, sealed with white tape. We got blue tape down and then white tape covering the blue tape. And it's gonna go, we got a tie-in to the new hospital tower there. See that turn the corner there. So then we have more building tie-in right here. So this is actually our permanent wall right here. This is all permanent, and we just have FRP covering it for the meantime until we can take over this, and then the finisher can go ahead and tape and float everything. Other than that, this is all finished drywall behind there. And that'll be the finished door frame, just temporary doors on it. Another ICRA for the second service elevator. So that was for the 2 other public elevators. This is our ICRA up. So usually we just go up to the ceiling like that instead of building a faux ceiling. So it just depends case by case. More, yeah, we have everywhere in this place. We got ICRA here, so this goes out into the new NICU area, and same with this. This used to be building exterior. Obviously you can see daylight coming through now. As we're just getting started with layout in there. I'll be back in there doing layout in 2 days. And that goes all the way down that way and then turns in before that door, but then we have another section beyond that door as well. And all of this is going to be new NICU and a little bit of the triage down there. But again, we got sticky mats, and then this is our little ante room. We wanted to leave this one. We could have gone up to ceiling, but we decided not to because of the grill and the fire sprinkler. I was like, well, we'll just build this little one like this, and that way we have our ante room and we leave the air supply and fire sprinkler active for this area.